exclusive production.
Yes, sir. Top of the top. Happy Thursday morning to everybody out there, man. Y'all know what time it is.
Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast. While I read the paper, finna hit the block. About to see some paper.
Yes, sir. Your morning start now, Bo.
Man, you know, just hitting the digital newspaper one time, you know what I mean? Roll a glass of some OJ.
Come on now.
You feel me? They know what I mean.
We are the
but we're feeling good. We're feeling good.
Come on now. Hey, it's a beautiful day out here in Northern California. 100%. The sun is shining bright. It is a little chilly right now, but it will be jumping up a few degrees. Hours progress, man, and then it's time to get outside. I'm finna get on the grill today. Throw some party wings on that motherfucker. Throw some sauce on that motherfucker. Some type of on everything.
Hold on. We have to stop real quick. What kind of sauce are we talking here?
Well, I might do a buffalo sauce for sure, and then I've never made my own garlic parmesan sauce, so I think I might want to do that today. I've been looking at some recipes.
Did you buy one of them things at the thing?
What's that?
You can get the little garlic parmesan woo-wop.
Right. I don't like that. So I've tried like 3 flavors and none of them have given me that flavor, that one flavor that I want. So I'm finna just make that shit and see if I can do it. Oh my mama.
You know why I like Parmesan? When you coat things with Parmesan, you can encrust things. You know what I mean?
On everything.
Because Parmesan will encrust on a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, shout out to Parmesano.
Like who was I talking to? Oh, that was we was talking to Kidda the other day. I like how he did his ribs and put the salt on there to go ahead and suck the moisture out and keep the moisture in the rib. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a little salted crystallized coating. You know what I mean?
Facts on my mama.
Yeah. I know, right? I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Let's cut the show. Let's cut
the show. Everything. We got a meal in the building, top of the morning meal.
Canada, stand up.
Oh, now we got ear to the streets in the building. What's up, big bro?
He's an ear.
Come on now.
He's a giant ear.
We got Peacock in the building, top of the morning, big bro. Come on now. What up, my G? Slow day at work today, finally, without a doubt. Hopefully tomorrow's like that too, man, so we can go into the weekend real smooth.
Yeah, and if you got a minute and you want to chime in, feel free to jump on. If you want to react to some of this crazy shit we're about to react to.
Oh, my mama, you know you always welcome, big bro. Oh, my mama. And he said, I've been waiting to grill. It's been 90 degrees every day. That's what's up, bro. Oh, my mama.
Damn.
100%. That's
I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Hey, that's nothing but grilling weather. I ain't ready for that neither.
Sure. I mean, you know what? You got an Omni or something, or something in shade. We're in that thing.
100%. Them is facts, bro. Gazebo, the awning, on everything.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I got Peacock. I gotta send you the woo wop, the tracking woo wop. You know what I mean?
My mama.
Yeah. Birthday gift.
Let's go ahead and play a message from our sponsor, man, and then we're gonna fire this joint up, man. Literally. Yes, sir. NeonPeacockMerch.com, man. Do yourself a motherfucking favor. Go slide over to the website. Get your email address entered in, man, and just stay up to date what Big Bro got cooking up, man, 100%. And then if you go slide over to his Instagram, man, you can go ahead and get in his DMs, pause, and you know what I mean? Whatever type of ideas you got, man, I'm telling you, Big Bro gonna bring that shit to life, man, 100%. It's in the mail, 100%. Oh, my mama, the touchdown. Hit that like button, man. Come on now. Y'all know what time it is. Good looking, Big Bro. 100%. Let me switch the media shit back over. And you know what? Big Bro in the Matrix. We'll give him a few minutes to get into the Matrix. Let's go ahead and play, or get out of the Matrix. Let's go ahead and play something real fast before see if we can get him back up in here.
Trying to sit on top of the food chain. You know it's off top how we do things. I'm just trying to ball like Bruce Wayne. Move weight, trying to sit on top of the food chain. You know it's off top how we do things. I'm just trying to ball like Bruce Wayne. Scott, out in Gotham City, clocking plenty, this ain't a new thing. Pockets full of Benny with the blue face. Got them envy when they see me in that new thing. So you know I keep it semi with the blue flame. My crew deeper than a Wu-Tang. And it ain't no secret that we move things. Out the east where we lace like some shoestrings. Get up on your top like a toupee. Never bite the hand that feed you in the food chain. Cause we'll come and eat you for some loose change. Call me Scott Dillinger. I stay firing on all cylinders. I'm praying God with us, but I'm saturated in sin. Since I lost my innocence, all we do is keep it moving. About money like a motherfucking Jewish.
Yeah, man. Visuals brought to you by none other than NeonPeacockMerch.com. Audio lyrics brought to you by none other than Bogard Scott-Free, man. You know what time it is, man. We are a one-stop shop, 100%, man. Oh, my mama.
You ain't lying.
Come on now. Let's get into this shit, man. First motherfucking topic of the day is gonna be some Northern California like type shit where this shit originated from. But you know, the whole state of California gets down with this shit, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's everywhere throughout the whole country, you know what I mean? It is
this is the equivalent to rap in the Bronx.
Come on now, 100%, where it all started.
Yeah.
So all the facts, and you know what I mean? We are a part of that lifestyle. When me and Bogey was in our our youth, you know, this shit was mandatory for us. You know what I mean? This is where you make your debut at. This is where the brides be at. If they don't let your motherfucking ass in the club, or you too young to get in the club and you got something fat, this
parking
is where
lot pimp it.
100%. So let's fire this shit up, man. Let's show the people what the fuck we talking about, Mike. Oh my mama. Can you hear it, bro?
Right yeah. Right there. And big old tire.
Sideshows, now a target of police crackdowns and neighborhood critics, weren't always the scenes of gunfire and crazy car stunts. They were a cultural gathering spot for mostly Black Oaklanders in the 80s, but these events have split from their original roots.
Got money like a motherfucking
OG pioneers.
First initiated, it was
got to sit at the top of the food chain.
Trying to get with the female, you know, and using your car to get the attention, you know, without all the burning rubber.
DJ Daryl remembers sideshows as flashy events, minus the riffraff.
It's almost like a fashion show for cars.
Only the best.
It was always the old schools. It was Mustangs, Cougars, You had and box shelves came into the picture.
And folks dressed to impress.
You can literally see guys out
Feeling
here
head
with
to toe,
the
my
rope
boy
chains
on the left.
and nice watch.
He's dripping.
Nobody trying to rob nobody, none of that wild stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Forever I love Atlanta.
Joyous. Eastmont Mall was a hub located right across from McDonald's and along AC Transit bus routes. Old schoolers said no one pulled out guns and no one set fires to the fancy cars.
I would take my girlfriends over there and get them a French fries and a hamburger.
And Daryl Reed, who frequented sideshows back in the day and considered a street legend, said sideshows weren't planned. It was
considered
organic.
a street
We
legend.
would go to AM, PM, or this McDonald's parking lot or Denny's on Higginburger, and we wanted to pull up after these events and show our cars off. Not only did we want to show our cars off, all the pretty girls came to the sideshow.
As DJ Daryl points out, sideshows even preceded him. A former Tupac producer, he and his old group 415 produced a song titled
Richie
Sideshow
Rich
in 1990.
When that record came out, it let everybody in the Bay
415.
Area know.
Shout out to
about
Richie Rich,
what's
man.
called a sideshow.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot the
See what that was
415
about.
was Oakland.
Sideshows back then felt like
It
a
was the whole
parade.
Bay Area.
One time I
San
come through
Francisco
here,
and Oakland, and then they came
and I
with the
see
510.
crowds of people standing on every
Y'all
corner.
always been
And
408.
they wasn't doing nothing but just mingling and talking.
But as time went on, sideshows morphed. DJ Daryl and Daryl Reed explained that when some of the OGs left the scene, the peaceful tradition wasn't passed down.
We did not block traffic.
Look, they on the
We did
motherfucking
not
Bay
stop
Bridge,
the
niggas.
AC buses from
Ooh, what it do?
08 routes.
They shut down the
We did
bridge
not
on their motherfucking
inconvenience
ass.
civilians that had places to
you know what I'm
go.
saying?
We
You gotta
did
put it
not
on the ground.
cause
Come on now.
chaos.
Young people began
Them niggas
imitating
is
what
on
they
the
thought was a
bridge.
sideshow, infusing the events with violence because no one taught them otherwise.
I started seeing all these cars with the young people
I'm gonna let this shit
caravanning.
play because I want
And
the
they
people that's
looking for
watching
one
this
of
shit that's
these
not from
areas
California
where they just
to
gonna
understand this
randomly
is our
stop
culture. This is
and
a
they
part of
gonna
our
shut the
lifestyle
city
and how
down.
we grew up. These niggas
I
is,
can't
excuse
call
me,
that no
these
sideshow.
kings right here, these
DJ
OGs,
Daryl calls
they
today's
talking about how
sideshow
they
a
started
rebellion
it
of the
and
culture,
how
which,
they left,
unfortunately,
and when the
is
system,
probably here
you know,
to
how they
stay.
had to,
It's
how they
not
had to go
going
spend
away.
some time in the system. You know what I mean? That the young bulls. The young bulls didn't have that guidance, you know what I mean? And that's why you see some of the shit that you see right now. So give me some of your thoughts on this shit, man.
I mean, it's kind of something that we bring up all the time is that, like, you know what I mean? These younger generations, like, it might have been my generation and the generations that followed me's fault because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely had OGs, older folks and older cousins that, you know, show us the way. Because it did get wild, you know what I mean? When the side shows went all over the place, not just Oakland. And like, I mean, even out here, I moved out to a suburb, Elk Grove, and it'd be so quiet at night, you hear them side showing and shit, and they'll shut down the intersection, you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And during my era, when we would go out to the side shows or to the runs, in this case, because we definitely grew up in the import era, you know what I mean? And like, you know, during that era, you know what I mean? You might see it be extra cracking, and then like someone will just start popping off in the air, make everybody run. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, you know, after my generation, you start hearing the side shows was extra dangerous. You know what I mean?
Jim, it's facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, and it's, you know, making it dangerous for pedestrians and shit like that, like blocking traffic and stuff like that. You know, let's try to do better, kids. You know what I mean? It's cool for the gram.
So when I was at the side shows, blocking traffic has always been a thing. We shut down freeways and shit like that, but we wasn't hurting nobody. Wasn't no accidents. I've every show that I've been to, every side show that I was at, it wasn't no accident. You know what I mean? Somebody might have bapped they shit, you know what I mean? But it wasn't, nobody really got fucked up or nothing like that, if I remember correctly. You know what I mean?
I've seen somebody get hit, somebody fishtailing.
Oh, yeah.
Standing too close.
Right. Because they want to tap the car, they want to give high fives to the niggas that's swinging the donuts, being, you know what I mean, all in the mix. Nah, fuck all that. That's not what you do, you know what I mean?
High feet.
100%. No, facts. But yeah, man, the side shows have been a part of my whole life, 100%. Because like these brothers right here that we just seen, I got older rallies and the older rallies, they partners and shit. And you know what I mean? In the 80s, in the 90s, man, me growing up, I always wanted a set of D's and V's because of them. You know what I mean? 100%. They pulling up D's and V's and knocking, you know what I mean? And this is up until the mid-90s. Then when they started coming with the 16s and 17-inch dishes and all that, you know what I mean? They started coming in big foreigns, and you know what I mean? I'm like, man, you know, this is the lifestyle, you know what I mean? And,
yeah, my cousins had 5.0s and Stangs and Cougars, and you know what I mean? The old school, the old school's that swang, bro. Come
on now, bro. So, you know, this is a part of the culture. It's just fucked up of how, you know, how it is now. Cause like I said, you know, like you might get some shots let off or something. I ain't never been at a sideshow where somebody got popped. You know what I mean? I've heard shots at the sideshow, and it wasn't like they was letting off at people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're shooting off, letting everybody run.
And then like how they was saying, man, the brides would pull up to the sideshow, man. They knew where the fellas was at that was, you know, handling their business, and you know what I mean, 100%. So yeah, you know, I loved when that video had came across my timeline, man. I love that. I love that right there for sure, bro. 100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and I know you're a Sac Oakland native, you know what I mean. So that's definitely you're from the Mecca, you know what I mean.
Oh my mama.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of the, you know, it's part of the origin story. So, you know what I mean? Hey, look at this. This gonna be real ignorant right here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Peacock, me and Peacock can start this, right? So look at this. We're gonna take rodeo meet sideshow. Okay? This is extra hyphy. You got a motherfucking harness on the top of that thing, and you got the craziest bread that you can find. And he just, you know what I mean? He mounts the top of that thing while you swinging eights.
Bruh.
Very dangerous. It'll go viral.
I seen
rodeo sideshowing.
I seen the rallies in Oklahoma, right? And they brothers, they pulling up on their horses. They not pulling up horse. They pull up on their horses. 100%. The rallies on my mama, they treat their horses like cars. Them is facts. On everything. You even got
a little horse outside.
You even got cowboys in Compton. It's a ranch in Compton. 100%. I seen a video about that. In the rallies in the community be fucking with the horses. Man, they don't play it. That's real horsepower. Oh my boy.
You know, out this way, they you know they rich folks though, right? When I see them out here, but I be seeing fools on horseback. I'm like, oh, where they're going to the store and shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
it's crazy. We're in the suburbs.
We got Crooked Commissioner building. Top of the morning, big bro.
What's up, Crook?
He said top of the morning to y'all. Came in right in time to see JD check himself. Got a little too comfortable. It's my birthday today. What's everybody smoking on? Happy motherfucking birthday. Yo. Oh, every day.
Happy birthday to you. Let's roll one.
Come on now, man. I'm gonna fire my shit up right now. This some grape cream that I got right here, man. Oh my mama.
What you smoking on over there, my nigga?
This that grape cream that I came and got the other day, that touchdown.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, this shit goes.
Yeah, man. Let's fire this motherfucker up for email, man. Happy birthday, big bro.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday, Emil.
Come on now.
He said, well, everybody smoking now.
You got anything going out on the sideshow, big bro?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it'd be crazy, like how down there in the South, they let them boys do the dump truck races, you know what I mean? They have like sanctioned little areas. I don't know if it's sanctioned, but you know what I mean? And of course they betting and doing all kind of shit. But like, that'd be dope. They have some little sideshow shit. And you have a motherfuckers with the signs and give you the grade, give you the scores. You feel me?
Oh, every day.
Put a sign up. You know what I mean? Get it organized over here. You know what I mean? Yeah, back in the days, and your brother probably knows this area. It's in the east side, San Jose. But I had a studio at the Hillview Airport. And it's right there on Telly Road. And at one point, they were thinking about selling that whole entire little area because, you know, it's a pretty good sized area. I mean, it's big enough to have planes or Cessna, the single engine Cessna planes, you know, come and go type of shit. But they were gonna tear that thing down and put like a drag racing thing there because back in the 90s and the 2000s, the runs is what they called it. You know, where the imports they do the quarter-mile drag races. You know what I mean? Yep. And that became like an issue. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing like the sideshows. Motherfuckers was meeting up, shutting down the whole streets. Boom. You know what I mean? Betting on races and doing all kind of wild shit. You know what I mean? And then like, so the city of San Jose was thinking like, oh, you know what? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? We'll give them a little area and you would pay and then get in this motherfucker and you could, you know, drag race, quote unquote, safely, or at least under some kind of guidance, I guess.
Right. And you know, when you do them drag races, they make you put them helmets on everything. No, facts. And Peacock said the same thing. Yeah, we have a speedway where you can bring your cars for sanctioned races. 100%.
See? And then I know San Jose, they never passed that shit, or they never approved that shit. But then at one point they start doing the Grand Prix. You know what I mean? Where like they would shut down the streets and had an actual raceway, and you know, sponsored race cars and shit.
And y'all had that out there?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was like, I want to say like 2005 maybe. Oh, and it went through like downtown and everything. That shit was crazy. We only did it one. I can only remember the one time. Hey, you know, you ever heard of Laguna Seca?
Is it a raceway?
Yeah, Laguna Seca Raceway. Yeah, where's that at? I remember going to that shit a bunch when I was a kid with my dad and watching like the Raris race and the fucking all the foreigns. You know what I mean?
That's federal.
Yeah, all the fucking the race car versions of their shit. You know what I mean? Like you see the McLarens and the motherfucking. Yeah, you feel me?
That's federal. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that shit was pretty badass back in the day. I think I seen funny cars there too back in the day.
Cricket said, yeah, stables ain't cheap. Oh shit, happy day of birth. Light it up, pass it to the homie, man. Pass it to me, homie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Emil and shout out to Peacock, man. 100%, man. Yeah, man. We had a raceway out here where, you know, it was some famous races there, but they just recently shut that bitch down. Like I don't know if anybody ever heard of Dunkmaster. He got the LS 6s and 7s in his donks.
Yep. Yeah, they put all the Corvette woo-wops in them.
Oh, my mama, and that motherfucker, he's beating Ferraris and Hellcats and all types of shit in a fucking 72 donk on my mama. You know,
that's crazy. On 6s or what?
No, yeah, probably 6s or 4s, one or the other.
That's crazy because you would imagine that car would be heavy as a motherfucker too. You know what I mean?
Facts. On everything. Let me see if I can pull it up before we get.
He's smoking them.
But yeah, though, you know, the car culture is through the whole country, even though some cars is different than the others, or you know, some styles is different than others, you know what I mean? But you know, it's everywhere. And this is how our culture is, you know what I mean? And
yeah, remember Peacock was like, in high school, he had he had the town car, or no, what did he have? Did he have the box? He had one of them box woo-wops. Was it a town?
He had the Bonneville.
Yeah, the Bonneville. There you go. I was like, oh man, you had this great thing.
My nigga wasn't playing in that bitch.
Hey, you was scraping, man. Come on.
Oh my mama. Okay, here go Dunkmaster right here.
Dunkmaster.
Keep this shit on mute. We'll get into the next one right after this.
Need me a crutch thing.
Here we go. 20K.
20K on the line. Oh, I think this is on the Vice, huh? I seen this one on Vice before.
That's Dunkmaster right there.
I wonder what
he be cooking.
I'm like, how does he beat? He's just beating. Maybe at that point, it's car and driver.
Look, he's on fucking 4Gs. This motherfucker. This in Sacramento too.
He's on the 4Gs.
Look at that motherfucker, man. Look at this motherfucker, bruh.
Smoke him.
That motherfucker is nasty. Oh my goodness. I wish I could have found the one where he raced a Ferrari.
Yeah, I was about to say, I want to see him get on a Ferrari, man. That's crazy.
Smoked the shit out that Ferrari too, bro, on everything.
Hey, you know, you remember Travis Pastrana?
The skater dude.
He was like he was a motocross dude first.
Mm-hmm.
Then he became like a everything dude. Like this dude does everything. But I think he's trying to do like him and bruh from the US, Dana White. Him and Dana White, think they're gonna do like electric car racing and shit.
Oh wow. Yeah, them electrical cars is fast as fuck. Yeah, I had the Bonneville on my mama. I remember you saying that motherfucker, bro. That motherfucker, man. Hey, look, in the high school
scraper, bro.
The luxury scraper. Oh my mama, boy. I can
floating on a boat.
Oh my mama. Let's get into this next topic. Matter of fact, we speaking of Peacock up in this motherfucker. This in Houston, big bro. Watch this shit. Tell me if you can hear it, big bro.
$1 million vanished from ATMs across Harris County in just 4 days.
Can you hear that shit?
Small businesses.
Yeah, investigators say an organized group of criminals with ties to Russia are behind this first
ties to Russia
case in Harris County. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry spoke one-on-one with the detective and has the story you'll see only on 2 tonight.
It's called jackpotting, and the way this group is attacking ATMs in states across the country, including in Houston, is brand new for financial crime investigators. It's all happening virtually, and it means stacks of cash are being stolen without ever being deducted from a bank account. At more than 70 ATMs across Texas, from Houston and its suburbs to Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio.
And they just go until the machine won't give up money anymore.
HPD Detective Roger Collins, assigned to the U.S. Secret Service Cyber Fraud Task Force, has been unraveling a theft case like he's never seen before.
There's other types of theft from ATMs that happens, but nothing like this.
The first reports of this kind of jackpotting in the Houston area came in last September. 51 ATMs attacked in a matter of hours when more than $150,000 disappeared. So who's losing in all of this?
It's the owner of the ATM.
Owners of the machines and small businesses like gas stations and hotels out thousands. Surveillance images shared exclusively with KPRC2 show the suspects in the act, using rented cars and intently using their cell phones while standing at the cash machines. Detective Collins says all they need is a receipt, either from a trash nearby or by pulling the balance.
They'll take a picture of the receipt and they send that to somebody on the other end.
And then the hack is on.
They're just fooling the machine into thinking that nothing has happened. It's a normal transaction that got canceled. However, the money is gone.
But no bank account ever gets hit.
No, the money is never subtracted from a bank account. And they just keep doing it over and over and over until they can't spit money out no more.
The group is accused of targeting Texas over 4 days last fall, believed to be responsible for the loss of more than $236,000. Now 7 of them have been charged and 5 are still unidentified.
In some cases, it was alleged that the ATMs were tampered with to increase daily limits.
2 of the suspects have been arrested in Harris County, a third caught in Las Vegas and extradited. These 2 are wanted and 2 are in custody in Miami. The alleged leader in the U.S., Vitaly Muravel. He's a Ukrainian war refugee, his attorney says, here on a humanitarian visa, facing similar charges in Georgia and Florida.
He's the one that receives the information from the...
There we go right there, bro.
Damn, that shit is, man, that, you know, we ran through a bunch of these ATM licks, bruh. This is very sophisticated here.
Yeah, this is a cold hack, 100%.
Yeah, without them doing some wild shit like busting out blowtorches or the jaws of life and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
How did they stumble upon that?
Russian. I mean, you know, when it comes to them hackers, bro, we're talking like Indians, Nigerians, Russians, you know, Chinese. They're some of the best, you know what I mean?
Some of the best, bro. You go to the ATM and all you need is a receipt to make that motherfucker spit out what you want that motherfucker to spit out, bro.
That's a crazy loophole. Like, how the fuck do you figure that out?
100%, bro. You know what I mean? And it's so elaborate that the Secret Service, bro, he's part of the Secret Service. 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah. And he's appointed to this specifically because he's like, yo, if this thing gets out, you know what I mean? Like, look at there's 7 people involved. You know what I mean? They only, for what it's worth, it's only been 230 bands. You know, imagine if you start selling that hack, like, hey, I'm gonna need 10 bands, and I'm gonna show you how to make 100 times it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta put an end to that shit first. 9 times out of 10, too, whoever's running that main thing, if they catch him, he's gonna end up working for the peoples. You know what I mean?
Bruh. So, and one of them is what they say, he was a Ukraine war or something, and the motherfucker here is on some type of a visa that, like, he's a humanitarian, or I forgot what the fuck they just said on everything. My fault, but bruh here on a visa, you know what I mean, to do some good, and this motherfucker cracking ATMs on my mama. That shit is crazy.
He agreed beforehand.
Right.
He knows what side he's playing on.
Hey, did it in that video? Did any of them dudes like have COVID mask on or anything while they was at the ATM? Because they had identified, like, they got like 4 or 5 of them.
Because that's the one thing, as sophisticated as it is, right? Without you having to actually literally break into the shit physically, you're still on cameras and shit. You know what I mean? Like every single time. That's a good point. Now I'm trying to remember, but I almost want to watch it back now. Did any of them motherfuckers was they masked up?
Right, and that's another. Well, but see, 2 of them is unidentified. But I remember one of the dudes that was unidentified. They, they had a picture.
Yeah, they showed him.
Oh my mama, everything. Yeah, no, that was a hell of a.
Oh, they're gonna get him. They're gonna identify. They're gonna find out who he is eventually.
Right.
Because even if not, they'll find out through one of them people that's gonna get to telling. Somebody, the singing ratio is pretty high these days.
The ET finger, big breath.
Yeah, it's almost like 100%.
Oh man,
it's sad.
And they was using rentals, so they had to go use names and credit cards or debit cards to get the rentals to go pull up to the ATMs. It's like they was getting tracked the whole time. But that motherfucking plan they had, that was a hell of a plan on everything. For sure.
When they say they think they were like tinkered with, or they did something to it to get the increase of the amount that those ATMs carry. That sounds like someone that works in the bank that could like do that. You know what I mean? They'd be like, all right, this location, we're gonna increase the amount. It's gonna have 50,000 in there. Go hit that joint. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so maybe this thing, because I'm trying to figure out how the fuck do you figure something out like that? You know what I mean?
Well, they said all they needed was the receipt. So it's some type of numbers or some type of code on that receipt, and they take a picture of the receipt and send it to somebody that's wherever the fuck they at the computer, and you know what I mean, get to doing what they doing, and bro, get the
they cancel the transaction essentially, and then. But the money's already spat. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, 100%.
Yeah, so then it doesn't get deducted from whatever account.
Yeah, like you said,
it's pretty fucking slick.
Like you said, it might be like some type of inside shit, or them motherfuckers say like they got one of them ATMs and they know how them motherfuckers work. You know what I mean? And so all you got to do is just crack that code of, you know what I mean? Because it's on the.
But also like in banks won't carry, like, you know how in your quintessential bank robbery movie, they're gonna go in there, they get into the back, there's hella money. It's not usually like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You gotta order. That's why you have the armored trucks and shit. You gotta order the certain amounts of money. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna fill an ATM, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it just said they hit like 70 of them. They hit like 70. So if you getting,
let's do the math.
If you
so
getting,
230. Divided by 70, right? So it's about what they made about 21 over 21 bands. Okay, I'm doing the math wrong. What's that? Okay, yeah, they got about 21 bands from each machine. If you do it like that, am I doing that math right?
The calculator is my friend.
You right, lying.
Oh my mom.
I'm definitely doing the math wrong.
200 and what? 14,000?
Yeah, it's like 3 point something. 230,000 divided by, or you can just do 230 divided by 7, and then we can add the zeros. But yeah, 230,000 divided by 70, because they said they hit 70 ATMs.
So I got 3 bands, 3,200 out of each ATM.
That sucks. You know, it's like, so like, imagine this. If you have somebody on the inside and they could like, you know, relegate how much money that's going to be held in the machines when they're filling them up. You know what I mean? Then you go, hey, this machine right here has 50. You feel me? Because then how much you think one's going to hold? Like 20, 25 maybe on a regular?
Well, see, these is just little small ones that be at liquor stores and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where they charge you like $2, $3 to even make the transaction. You know what I mean? So these motherfuckers ain't holding too much on everything.
Yeah, that's a lot of Smurf. I call that Smurf work. Where like, I'm like, okay, I could either do this all by myself or I could have a bunch of Smurfs doing it and I just get a piece off of each one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's Smurf work.
Send the brides up in there.
You feel me? Send them all everywhere. Even if you're just gonna hit it all at once. See, that's the thing, is like you would almost have to have a whole squad and hit like 50 of these or hit 100 machines simultaneously. Because otherwise it's like you have to pick and choose, and over time that money just, it's not worth it.
Well, they said that 50 of them before, like a year or a couple of years ago, they hit 50 in so many days, or you know, in such a little amount of time.
You got to
on everything.
Imagine you hit a machine, drain that bitch out. There's only about 5 bands in it. There's like 4 of you or 5 of you on the team. You're like, damn it, all right, let's go. That's the next one. You know what I mean?
Well, and see, that's the thing though. All it takes is one person, so you don't need 5 people at one ATM. All 5 of y'all just
that's
go.
True. But you know what I'm saying though. Like if you got a squad, this is where the movie would start, right? Because then everybody eating until one person says, "Hey, there's too many of us." You know what I mean?
Right.
We need to cut the shares down.
Yeah, my boys, they wasn't playing. I don't know how they was splitting the pot, if they was splitting the pot, and then that's some like a syndicate, like crime, like type. You know what I mean? They might have had to been shooting some money up to the top too, though. You know what I mean? They might have been the grunt workers though.
Yeah, they might have been the Smurfs.
100% on everything. Them is facts. What you got going out on this, big bro?
It's crazy because that one was slick. You know what I mean? I thought the Jaws of Life was funny. I thought that was funny because it was like, you know what I mean, just raw brute force. Then you're like, fuck it, Jaws of Life. You know what I mean? Now they just got the little woo-wop, doop, doop, bloop. They're gonna put an end to that though.
Yeah, that Jaws of Life shit was crazy too, huh, bro?
You ain't lying.
What was that? Was that this week or was that last?
I think that was the other day.
So the ATM machines.
I thought that's why you threw this one in here. I was like, okay, cool, another ATM one.
I forgot about the Jaws of Life shit, big bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
Remember, I was like, yo, they hitting them with the regular Jaws.
Right. Oh, everything. Somebody
had to get the Jaws of Life this time.
The regular Jaws. Oh, my mom. Yeah. These dudes, boy, they wasn't playing though, man. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? And whoever, you know, found out this shit. And it wasn't affecting nobody's nobody's personal accounts. You know what I mean? It was affecting the people that own the ATMs. And I'm pretty sure that shit is insured too.
They were like the Robin Hood of ATM bank robbers. ATM machine robbers. You know what I'm saying? They were stealing from the rich. See that? They're Robin Hoods.
Come on now. Oh, my mama, they was tearing their ass up. Oh, we're gonna keep that one saved because we might see another update to this, or somebody already might got this. They know how to do that shit. You know what I mean? So they might have already sold the formula. Oh, everything. They might have sold the formula already.
Sold the Krabby Patty formula, man.
Come on now. 100%. You wanna cook the last one up?
Yeah. Let's cook this last one up.
I'm having trouble finding that motherfucker. That's because
we're making good time.
I'm looking with my eye. I'm looking with my mouth and not my eyes. Should have had this motherfucker already cooked up. Damn it, my bad.
What's this last one you're looking for?
It's about you know how we all like to take vacations, and when you go on vacations, you You recharge your batteries, it gives you a whole new outlook on life. You plan on how you going while you on vacation, on how you, once it start getting close to the end date to go home, you start thinking about how you gonna plan your next vacation, shit like that. But when you get yourself locked in a timeshare, and I've heard horse. Yeah, I've heard horse.
Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah. Let's see where this one goes.
Oh my mama, if I can find a motherfucker.
I will say though, we didn't pull the cheat code timeshare tours a bunch of times.
What you mean?
Like they'd be like, you sign up for a tour and they give you a free night or whatever the fuck, and we can.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The homie's like, listen, I'll sign up for a tour. We're good, bro. Like, all right, fuck it, young shit. You know what I mean?
They have your ass in there for some hours too.
Hey, but shit, he was willing to do it.
Oh, Bob.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you got that. You know what I mean?
Come on,
I'm like, word, I'll be out there.
Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry, man. I don't know why.
It's all good, man. Woo.
Video too.
Was that it?
I said I was just watching this motherfucking video too.
It being a good history.
So when you save it to the playlist in the history, it just shows the.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Woo. School day.
Bless you.
Thank you. Bless us all.
Come on now.
And the pocket piece. You feel me?
Facts. Yeah. Where's this shit at? Shit pissing me off now. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's by the pastor. Where's the pastor at? I have a weird way of remembering shit. The dyslexia, all types of weird shit.
Yeah, you're gonna reverse engineer that thing.
Oh, Bob.
I'm the same way. Okay. Like I always forget. Like I got the most incredible memory, but I'll forget like 10 seconds ago. But I'll remember like a minute ago, and I'll just have to go back and then relive that minute. And oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now.
Come on now. Oh,
sometimes it'll be like 3 days later though. Or I'm taking a shit or something. You know what I mean? When it's not even important. I remember now.
Oh, everything. Facts. Facts. Here we go right here. Cheat code, like you said.
A story about a Michigan couple that is stuck in a Mexican jail over alleged fraudulent credit card charges. This is something reported earlier this week here on CBS News Detroit. Now, the couple's attorney is responding to recent claims that the company is making. Arlene Rojas Castillo has that story now.
Well, Terrence, after our story about Christy and Paul Aquillo aired earlier this week, the company at the center of it all is responding.
This is just a bunch of lies. And I think what the documents illustrate is this is a civil dispute.
Harsh words from Aquillo family attorney John Manley after Palace Resorts, the Florida-based company that owns multiple resorts and properties in Mexico, shared documents with CBS News Detroit detailing the reasons behind its decision to pursue criminal fraud charges against the couple. In a statement, the Palace company says, quote, between 2016 and 2021, the Aquillos knowingly and willingly entered into 19 separate membership agreements with Palace Elite, investing over $1.4 million USD in exchange for exclusive benefits and rates intended strictly for personal use. This nearly 50-page contract shows the money paid by the Aquillos and the guidelines the couple were expected to follow when using the properties. Manley says the decision to pursue criminal charges is overblown.
We don't put people in prison in this country or in Mexico for breach of contract. Okay? This is a timeshare, not a crime share.
Palace says in 2020, those were found to be in, quote, material breach of those agreements.
Watch this shit.
After the company alleges the couple promoted and profited from their benefits on social media, which they say is explicitly prohibited under the terms of the contract.
Time I looked, we had the First Amendment. We had free speech.
Palace says they notified the Akios of the violation and sent the couple a waiver they signed in April 2022, where they acknowledge what they did and agree to refrain from posting any future comments about the company. Palace says the Akios then began disputing their membership charges with their credit card companies, getting more than $100,000 in reversed fees. In these Facebook posts shared with CBS News Detroit, the company alleges the Akios bragged about these chargebacks and encouraged others to follow suit. That's when attorneys for Palace sent a cease and desist letter accusing the couple of providing, quote, specific instructions to current Palace Elite members on how to purportedly terminate their respective membership agreement using illegal and fraudulent means. That led Palace to file a criminal complaint against the couple in August 2023.
If you use inflammatory language about your hotel or your vacation timeshare in Mexico, you go to jail. Really? That's their complaint? These people have no business being in prison anywhere. This is a contract dispute.
Manley says Palace recently offered the Akios a settlement. If the couple paid $250,000, signed a non-disclosure agreement, helped take down the Facebook group, and publicly apologized. The family declined, calling it extortion.
But more importantly, Palace could say,
That
"Oh,
shit
you
is
violated this.
fucking
You committed
crazy.
fraud. We're putting a red notice. We're going to charge you with a crime," and they'd be right back in prison in Mexico. They can't sign it, and they're not going to sign it.
Well, Terrence, not only is this all happening, but Manley tells me that the couple is still fighting that recent order that gave Palace Resorts 6 more months to gather evidence. And they also denied the Akios' request for house arrest and ordered them to remain in jail until the next hearing.
Got to playing with their money, bro. 100%. They wanted them to pay $250,000, apologize in public, and help them take down that Facebook shit on everything.
That's crazy. And what they hit him for? So they got him for on the reimbursement shit, or not reimbursement. What they get him for? What was that?
They said they gave them the company gave them people back 100 bands over. I guess I don't know what they was arguing about. You know what I mean? But they end up getting 100 bands back. But they were promoting how to
how to go and get them
and get out of the contract. You know what I mean? Because once you sign that timeshare shit, you locked in. You know what I mean? They promote lawyer services to help you get out of that shit. You know what I mean? And you locked in, and 100%. And they spent $1 million because it showed $60,000 payments. A few times.
But they were basically renting it out to people. You know what I mean? So they were making money off of it, and then they didn't like that either. You know what I mean? Because that was against policy. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what they was doing, is making dough off that motherfucker. 100%, because it
So
showed.
and then they were telling on themselves, as and a lot of them do in this day and age. You know what I mean?
On everything, yeah, because it showed in some of the Facebook posts pictures of how when you be at the Airbnb and they show you pictures of the house and shit like that, it showed on the Facebook page. So they was probably promoting that motherfucker on Facebook. And then once they got caught for that shit, oh, this is how you get up out of it. Boom. And they didn't like that. You got to fucking with their money. 100%.
They were in those pictures smiling too.
That shit crazy.
We're having such a good time.
But to be in jail for that shit though, so but see,
that's kind of crazy.
When you go across these borders and shit and get to playing with these other countries and shit like that, and you really don't know, how they laws is and shit like that. That's where that shit come in at, man. And I mean, to be in jail, in a foreign jail, man, that's to be in jail, period. You know what I mean? Let alone somewhere where you can't even get to your peoples, or your peoples can't even get to you. Just, you know what I mean? 100%. That's some scary shit.
Then you gotta worry about, like, say you ain't even habla Espanol, then you in there, and then they, you know what I mean? You somebody's senorita behind bars now. You know what I'm saying? You just get got over there, man. Don't go to Mexican jail, man, or any jail, like JD said. I'm just saying, though.
Bro, that's man. And it said
they're in the prison or whatever it is too. Not even like some regular in the pinta.
And it said that they got approved to hold them for another 6 more months to gather evidence on their ass about, whatever they was doing on, getting these people, getting them fucked over on their money. 100%.
Yeah, don't mess with them peoples, man. They got way more money.
Palace Resorts is the name of the resort company that owns all the properties that they talking about. They said they got a whole bunch of properties in Mexico too. Everything. Peacock said a high school kid was stabbed to death in the DFW area at a track event by a kid from another school. Man, rest in peace to damn. That's crazy, man. And then Lee said he heard about that shit too. Everything. It happened
because the Dallas area, period. You know what I mean? They get cracking over there too. Big city. I'm telling you. That's bad though, man. It's a track event. You know what I mean?
Right. Lee said it happened.
That's crazy.
Lee said it happened 15 minutes away from him, right down the street. We got Johnny in the building. Top of the morning, Johnny.
Top of the morning, Johnny Mittens, everybody.
Give me your thoughts on this shit right here.
I mean, man, they could have quietly done that, but then I guess the only reason they're able to make the money is because they were promoting it to make money off it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, back in the days, come on, we always had an auntie or a cousin, somebody had a timeshare, and you just get it from them from the low for a weekend. You know what I mean? Like we'd be in Tahoe or Vegas or some shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But like, let alone like you running it like you got this Airbnb type business. You know what I mean?
And see, that's what it is right there. You know what I mean? Was that in the contract saying that you can't sublease this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Because my first time in Cabo with my mom, my grandma, and my daughter, we stayed at a timeshare, right? And my mama got it off a website, man. And it was at a fat ass resort. It's called the Pueblo Bonito. And that motherfucker, it sit on acres, bro. You got the fat villas on the other side, the houses and shit where, the motherfucker, you can rent them bitches out. And then you got we stayed in like a 1-bedroom apartment with the kitchenette and fat jacuzzi on the balcony, on everything. But that was somebody timeshare. So, I just don't know, how that shit goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't lying, huh? I guess there's levels to that shit, but they did sign a waiver or something saying that they were prohibited from doing that type of shit. So they definitely, knew that they was doing something that was quote unquote illegal.
Yeah, and I wonder if it was multiple properties too, because for them to have multiple transactions for $60,000 to pay the resort people, I wonder if they had multiple properties.
They started making a business out of it, huh?
100%, bro.
They're like, fuck it, we're gonna get like multiple timeshares all over the woo-wop.
Right, and
all
then,
over Mexico.
And then the motherfucking resort gave them 100 bands to get out of something, or something happened. You know what I mean? I forgot.
Yeah, exactly. They figured it out. They figured out how to get out of it contractually and get they had a term for it. Something return, but they had some type of return in the tune of 100 bands. You know what I mean? Then they went back online on their website or whatever. And at this point, or a Facebook group, at this point, there's a whole group. So now they're like, yo, now they want them to start working with them. Like, listen, we got to infiltrate this group,
100%.
take this group down, and you need to publicly apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
And I wonder, you know what I mean? Because they got them in Mexico. So when all this is going down, I mean, do they live in Mexico? You know what I mean? Because
I don't think so. I think it was, or no, they did say it was a Florida-based company.
Right.
But then, so they didn't say anything about them being the couple being from Florida. I'm assuming they're Americans though, because it's a big deal why they're being held there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Are you Americana?
Well, hopefully I hope they let them people out. Hopefully, you know what I mean, they can reach an agreement, because they wanted $250K in a public apology. Like you said, it's lightweight baby extortion. And that's what the lawyer said too. It's extortion. We're not going to sign it. And if they did sign it before they got locked up, they probably would have got locked up anyways. You know what I mean?
I mean, you never know. It could be it could be the authorities over there. Like, listen, we're gonna charge a tariff on this thing. You know.
And who you think? Hey, who you think own the resorts?
The peoples. The Palestine peoples.
The man in Mexico.
Oh,
so
in Mexico. Oh man, them cartels, bro.
Look, so the palace shit might just be the, you know what I mean?
Hey, we're gonna find out that they're in the middle of a freaking a transnational cocaine trafficking ring.
And I'm telling
or
you,
alleged fentanyl ring.
I'm telling you, bro. Oh, everything. Why you think when you be in Mexico and no matter where you at, you can even be on the resort on the beach and they walking up to you in all white.
They got it.
Mota, no. Coca, no. Ecstasy, no. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Cohiba, no. Oh, leave me alone. Oh,
he got it all. You look at bro, he's just wearing shorts and a shirt. So you're like, where's he got it all though? Then?
Oh, everything. He has everything at the resort.
Somebody else come out the cut.
Yeah. Bro, you can tell one no, and then 100 steps later, boom, here come another one. 100%, and he got the same pack that other bro got. Oh, everything. And it's all right there. So I'm telling you, you know what I mean? That's, you know, I might be completely off on this one, but like I said, man, that cartel might got something. I mean, the cartel might got something to do with the resorts, and that's why they hot up. I mean, they gonna be hot about their money anyways. You know?
Yeah, you ain't lying.
But yeah, though, man, let the people know where they can find you at, big bro.
But you already know, Bogard scot-free anywhere you consume your music, Apple, Spotify, things of that nature, and Gen Wealth Net on YouTube, and definitely check us out on Instagram as well, Gen Wealth Net _ all one word.
We got Bakes in the building. What's up, Big Bakes?
What's up, Big Bakes?
And then Johnny said, that crime share lawyer makes me want them to get convicted. That lawyer was hot, bro. Oh, everything.
He was excited to get on TV though, for sure.
100%, man. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll wake your motherfucking game up. 100%. Shout out to the whole Gen Wealth fam. 100%. We had some trade news this morning. We definitely gonna talk about that tomorrow, man. And what else is going on? We are on the countdown to the draft, so just stay locked in with us. 100%. Shout out to all my Gen Wealth brothers, man. Shout out to motherfucking Slim, my dog, man. Make sure you go get locked into Boogie45 on Instagram. And from a fan's perspective on YouTube, 100%, man. We see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace.
Peace.
All right.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah.